Yo, what is up? I just woke up. Today marks day 14, the end of week 2 of my weight loss fitness journey. Last week I weighed at like 213.5, and I won't lie to you. I was out yesterday night and I did not adhere to any form of cut. So I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to. All right, moment of truth. I've lost a singular pound. Not a lot, but that is progress. Look, I'm happy. That is legitimately the lowest I've weighed in, I want to say, like a year and a half. That is crazy to me. If you can't tell, I'm really excited. And also, I need to fix my hair. Oh my God. I feel so dumb setting up a tripod to record this. Definitely getting used to this whole day in life bullshit. It's not dumb. I mean, I really like it, but I feel a little stupid sometimes. God. That's not very good, is it? All right, so I think it's time to do a side-by-side comparison of me now with me from day one. I didn't want to do this after week 1 because, like, there's literally no difference. But hey, today maybe there will be something. All right. Ruin my hair immediately. All right. This is me. Front, side. Yeah. I don't personally think that's too bad. All in all, I think things are going pretty well. I don't know. Okay. I'm still getting used to doing this whole talk to the camera thing. I keep looking at the center of my phone instead of, I don't know if it's better to make piercing eye contact. But hey, here I am. I'm down, 5 pounds ish. I think when I started the journey, I was 218. But when I actually moved into this new apartment, I was like 223. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm losing weight at a consistent rate. And I'm gonna hit 200, bro. I'm gonna get below 200. Shirt has been acquired and I shaved, so I feel a little more put together for this, so hell yeah. But I did want to talk about, I guess, my gym journey in general. I feel like that might shed some light on how I'm here, so I'm gonna do that. What an incredible setup I have going here right now. I have no desk. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about, I guess, the journey so far. So 3 years ago, I started working out. When I first got into college, I was super skinny, and I wanted to make a change. So I put on a bunch of weight in like 6 months, and it was great. Here's a picture of what I looked like first coming into college, and then, I mean, yeah, very different person than what you're seeing right now. And now here is a picture of what I looked like after 6 months. Pretty big difference, huh? I mean, it's crazy what like newbie gains does, because I was not working out well at all. All of my form was terrible. I just kind of wandered around doing a bunch of random shit, and I just hoped it worked, and it did. My college had like a dining hall, which was basically like just buffet style. So it made it very easy for me to get an insane amount of calories every single meal. So I just speed ran. Like the freshman 15 didn't exist for me. It was legitimately a freshman 40. So once I got up to the weight that you're seeing, my guess is 185 or so, which was just like a lot of just solid muscle. I'm not the leanest person in the world, but I felt pretty good. I kind of kept going. I was like, hey, this strategy of eating an insane amount of food, and it was like always pizza and cheeseburgers and french fries. I was like, I'm eating an insane amount of food. I'm staying relatively lean. I'm putting on muscle. Like, hell yeah, I'm going to keep going. And like, I don't know what it is, but something that I guess anyone watching this needs to be careful about if you're going onto this journey is when you first start working out, your body goes into overdrive. It's like, holy shit, we're moving, pushing weight, we need muscle. Like it is applying and building, so it's applying your body and your muscles very well, and it builds very quickly. But once you kind of get more used to it, at least in my experience, I had 6 months of amazing growth. This picture that I showed you is in October. 2 months later, this is me in December. I changed nothing about how I was eating, nothing about how I was working out. If anything, I was working out more. And I just, and honestly, I don't know. I switched into, I was still gaining muscle, but where before I felt like I was gaining like 75% muscle, 25% fat with every pound I gained, that was way closer to 50-50. And probably maybe even 60% fat, 40% muscle. So clearly a big change was happening. And that is when I first hit, I think, like 200 pounds. And once I was at 200 pounds, I got really good at eating. I'm not so good at not eating. So I struggled to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight and I just really couldn't. I tried for a little bit for a couple months, but I didn't know anything about cutting. I didn't know how to do it. I think what I ended up achieving was finally slowing down the weight gaining process. Like instead of losing weight and getting back to where I wanted to be, I just stopped myself from becoming 300 pounds. Like I kept myself steady at 200. But, you know, good things come to an end. Like I said last video, I eventually had to move to Kansas for a little bit for a job opportunity for 3 months. And when I was there, I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't really know anybody. I had no friends in like a 500-mile radius. So I just all I did was eat, sleep, work out, and like watch TV. Not the healthiest lifestyle, but it's the one I led. And all of a sudden that progress of just staying steady spiked up. I gained 30 pounds that summer of just pure fat. This is what I looked like. Not my ideal, honestly. I, at that point, was unhappy with how I looked. But the scary part was that I didn't notice it. I mean, when you're not talking to people and you're not going out doing social activity, at my personal experience, I did not notice that I was gaining weight. I didn't have a scale. And when you see yourself in the mirror every day, it becomes a lot harder to see that gradual progression. It really was until I had to fly back home for something and I saw my friends again. And like we took pictures together and did all this stuff. And I got to look at a picture of myself with my friends and then compare it to a picture from 6 months ago with my friends. And I was like, whoa, that's a big difference. And like at that point, I just felt kind of embarrassed and ashamed because I mean, clearly I had let myself go to gain like 15 pounds in 3 months. Not ideal, at least for me. But yeah, then I got back home after my job and I was able to cut myself down to like 225 to 227. Mainly, I just kind of settled back to where I was before that job. And then what proceeded was a full calendar year of losing 10 pounds, gaining 10 pounds, losing 10 pounds, gaining 10 pounds. You know the story. That is what brings me here, is I actually, before leaving for the summer for this job, I actually had a very good cut attempt. Instead of just losing that regular 10 pounds, I actually lost 15, but I started at like 230. I started at 230, lost 15 pounds, and I fell down to 215. And I felt really good about that. And it was a reproducible cut. Not reproducible, it was a sustainable cut where I felt like I could keep it going. And unfortunately, what happened, I'm in college still, finals hit, and it was the worst goddamn week of school I've ever had. Dude. I slept a total of like 8 hours over the course of like 7 days. It was atrocious. And in that point, I wasn't sleeping, I was barely working out, and I was eating fast food every day because I didn't have time to do anything else, which is an excuse, but I also felt like shit. So, I raced like 2 to 3 months of work, and I jumped up to like 223, 225, which sucks. It sucks to see that because I felt like that was out of my control. I mean, the decisions I made led to it, but trust me, I was having a really hard time. But now that I have moved again across the country for a job for 3 months, I was kind of starting to have flashbacks to what happened to me last year. And I was terrified that I would let that happen again. Hence, me doing this. I really, really, really want to get back to the person that I think I am. And when I see myself in pictures and videos, I don't see the person that I think I am. And that's a really big deal to me. And that's why this is so important, is that I want to lose weight. I want to get back in shape and feel good about myself. And I realized this is a great way for me to do that. Record it, keep myself on a timeline, make sure that I'm producing results so that I'm not just failing myself, or it's not just a pressure for myself that I can just throw away. My ideal is that even if it's one fucking annoying person in the comments, if I get one person to just check on me once every like 2 weeks to just be like, hey man, good to see you're making progress, or hey man, what's going on? Why aren't you making the progress that you want? To me, I mean, I think that's everything I need. I'm tired of failing. I'm tired of giving up. And I want to be the person that I was. So help me do that. I was not to bring the mood down, but this is very important and serious to me. And I hope that whatever stupid videos I make that are incredibly boring, I hope it reaches someone that can either watch and support me, or someone that resonates with the situation I found myself in, because I know there are so many people who have experienced the exact same thing as me. And I just want to show that you could break out. And I know I'm not 800 pounds. Like, I know I don't look terrible. This isn't an insane underdog story. But it's been like this ghost in my closet. It's been like the monster under my bed of just an obstacle, a mountain to climb. And I know there are a lot of people with much bigger mountains, but it's been hard for me. I don't know why, but I'm chipping away. Sorry to randomly get serious on you, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to kind of give a little more context to my life and why I'm doing this. Hopefully somebody stayed long enough through the video to hear it. And yeah, I know there's no workout video in this one, but I'm actually planning on going to my like apartment gym to record like a full workout video without as much like straight talking points. So go check that out when I put it out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next part of this journey.